McKeever here. So I'm here with Jeff Weibo, and so we're going to be doing a new video today.
Oh, hi guys, Jeff Weibo here.
So this is going to be a new video series we're starting that's just going to be kind of focused on our social media hustle, and so it's just going to be a monthly program where we're going to document what we're doing on social media, what sort of strategies we're implementing, what sort of successes we're getting from those strategies we're implementing.
Alright, let's hit it. So, social media. 20-year-old girls that post a photo and they get 700 likes. I post a photo of a house and I get 7. So we're doing something wrong. No. It's all about decompressing this a bit and jumping bandwagon right now so that we're not behind in the trends, because a lot of the print is dead and it's all about social media, and 5 years from now hopefully we'll be called geniuses. So.
Yeah, and I think real estate's still kind of getting new to this. Definitely I know a lot of the real estate agents I've dealt with, other than Jeff, they essentially have no social media presence whatsoever, or at most they have a dormant Facebook page where every now and then they post their most recent listing, but that's essentially their entire
Boring.
presence.
Leather open house. Come to my open house. Even though you just bought a house, my open house. Boring. I think early on even I looked what I could do as a realtor, and not too many people were doing it, was branding themselves. And fortunately I had done a lot of things in the last decade or so, visited a lot of countries, and I was able to potentially turn some of that excitement of traveling into eyes on me, and organically it gets back to real estate. So it's good for the real estate investor. It's really hard to show cash flow in an Instagram story, but visually, the more people that are looking at us, the more later on they can ask us a question like, oh, you do those income properties, right? Yes we do. And then hit up the YouTube channels and it comes to me. So it's so hard to quantify and figure out what's working and what's not working. I don't know about you, but it's the hustle of continuing to just do it, and there is ROI. I told you this a month ago. I got phone calls being like, "Hey Jeff, can we talk real estate?" I said, "Sure." I said, "How did you hear about me?" "Oh, I've been following you on Instagram for the last 6 months." And I said, "Holy moly!" That sentence right there is the future. And if you're not on this, you're dead. And top agents do not have the presence. Maybe they will have their 40-year-old clients for the rest of their lives, 50-year-old clients. Maybe I'll never get those people. That's fine. But the young millennials, they're going to be on our teams out there. The young, hungry real estate investors, looking up the hashtags for multifamily, London, Ontario, real estate, and seeing our hustle. So.
Yeah, and so I think that's one of the interesting things, like, especially myself being an accountant and always very numbers oriented, often I'm looking at sort of numbers as a metric, right, in order to gauge my success in any field, and that's really difficult with social media. And I think Jeff definitely has this opinion, I'm starting to warm up to it, that it really is coming down to just these touches, right, with your demographic. So it's a lot of that, the Gary Vee jab, 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 and then you go for the ask, which is the right hook. And so I think that's both how we're kind of picturing social media, because like you said, you can't do a proper property analysis in a Snapchat story or an Instagram story. Social media.
You also talked earlier about a lot of realtors, their accounts are dead, or they got a Facebook account, they post the mortgage rates or something like that. And real estate's very visual, especially the higher end kind of properties. So that's where I first tried to get into more post pictures of nice homes. Thankfully, at my brokerage, the agency, we have a lot of nice listings to sell. So I could grind it out on the income property world with you guys, and still go sit at a beautiful $1 million house on the weekend to try to pick up a client. But guess who has money to buy income properties? Well, it's these people that are buying the $1 million homes and the $500,000 homes that just say, "Oh, I want to get a rental. We've always talked about it, right, honey?" And then they're hopefully organically that will also get them as well. And where I'm at is I am obsessed with the stories right now. I think it is so clever. It's a commercial every single day that I couldn't pay for. I have a bus bench that I pay for. I took a photo of it and put it on Instagram. It has more traction on Instagram than the stupid people driving by it. So I'm not sure why I have that, but that was the old thinking. I'm gonna try it out for a year, but I'm all for social media, and I'll be dropping my bus benches eventually. So.
And so, like, I think, yeah, what's really interesting about the stories, Snapchat or Instagram, whatever venue you're using, is that it really is, like, kind of circling back to what you were talking about. It's not just branding your product or yourself as a real estate agent, but it's branding yourself. And what's really nice about that is that's a very portable brand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if Jeff decides that he's not going to be a real estate agent for the next 50 years, that brand can still follow
Which
him
I won't.
because it's...
Hurry up and buy. Yeah, because I do not want to do it forever. And you see that with top producers all the time. They could be politicians, and then when they come out of that, they've had such a good a network that they can go do anything. They can become a CEO of a company. They can be consulting for other companies. You're doing way more than real estate, way more than real estate investing. You're just gonna get investors coming up to you. It's endless, right? So
yeah, and like at the end of the day, I was always really anti-networking until literally this year in 2016, 2017. If people aren't aware of
that
what
was
you're
my fault. Sorry.
He's the reason that I started this stuff. But if people aren't aware of what you're doing, they don't know enough to contact you, right? And so that's why these stories, this constantly jabbing, is so important.
Exactly. And I guess you're asking what else I can do. Like, you can be watching a hockey game and there's something. You can like somebody's comment. You can write back to them. You can watch their story, make a comment about it, ask a question.
And we're back.
Take Gary Vee. That guy's working 24/7, 19 hours a day. I don't know how he does it, but whatever your business is out there, you can post. It doesn't have to be, if you're selling carpentry stuff, you don't have to continue to take pictures of all the wood stuff all the time. Show people that you're out. Become more personable in your whatever you're selling, and people then organically buy your rocking chair or whatever it is you're trying to do. If I just post pictures of houses all day long, you're gonna ignore that eventually. So hopefully my goals on social media is you're gonna get to know me. I got a buzzer now, but and like some of the things we were talking about, like now my brother,
super cool.
my brother, also a hustler, real estate agent in the city, Phil Weibo, got me this for Christmas. We're draining the batteries on the iPhone so quickly now. I'm carrying this around so that I don't miss potential Instagram story. And it might seem like too much, but right now, if you're dead in your business and nothing's going on, post a photo, post something, get some eyes on you. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be, but you can get that call 6 months later being like, hey, I'm interested in your rocking chair. I saw you having a nice dinner out with your wife, and then I checked out all these rocking chairs, or it linked me to your website or something like that. So I'm a big fan of mixing both, not just house. It would be Jeff, me and my wife, me out with you, me at the investor meetings, hockey games, whatever it is. Maybe reach out to me to purchase a house because it's like in the back of your mind now. I think it's such an interesting marketing strategy. So, which we're both technically amateurs at, but we're working our butts off to become experts.
And so like, I definitely was one of those people too that was constantly concerned about posting too much. But the thing is, social media is very intelligent these days. You can self-select and self-filter so much. So if they're getting tired of what you're presenting all the time, like, they're just going to self-select, right? And like, it's so easy these days.
And you don't care about those people.
Yeah,
they're gone, and you're never going to get the sale or the connection with those people anyways. And unfortunately, you gotta learn in this business to let those people go.
Yeah, and so like, you can also measure engagement so easily, right? Mm-hmm. So like, if you posted 10 photos of your dog and you got 10 likes on each of those photos, and then you posted one of your car and you got 100 likes, like, okay, it's very easy to be like, maybe I need to scale back the dogs and scale up the cars, because clearly that's what's going on.
A personal strategy on Instagram, and like, I'm trying to get on Snapchat these days, but Instagram has been where my heart's been at recently, is if you want to take a picture of that dog and it's only getting 10 likes on your account, I throw those into the stories because they're quicker, they're gone in 24 hours. It just becomes a touch, but it's not like every post I try to do on the account is very strategic, whereas the stories, it could be things that organically come up throughout the day. They're not 100% interesting that I'm drinking a cup of coffee, but it's just something that I'm showing on the story. You're seeing the story of my day. potentially of your day
Yeah.
when you've been doing a really good job.
And
of
people
it
can
too.
just tap right through it if
Tap
they're
through it,
bored
and,
with.
and it was a quick eye on you. It's one of those subconscious things. But yeah, like if you post another coffee every Monday morning, your likes are gonna go down eventually. So then it becomes a struggle of what to post next, right? So
Gotta stay fresh.
be the most interesting man in the world, and they will follow you, right?
Well, and that's what's kind of cool about social media is that it will kind of propel you to, like, if you're going to commit to posting and you're actually trying to increase your engagement, it's going to compel you to do more interesting things, I think.
There you go. So it's you want 2017 goals? Post more on your social media because it'll make you get out there and do things.
Yeah.
You can't keep posting yourself on the couch every night, right? You're gonna want to post. Okay, the gym people are gonna post themselves at the gym, but that's also helping them motivate them to go to the gym because they're posting on
Create
it.
accountability.
Accountability. So it's like online accountability. What do you think about hashtags these days?
Yeah, so hashtags are really huge. I've been doing a bunch of research and stuff because at the end of the day, I really like my metrics and shit in order to determine success. And so I was mentioned to Jeff earlier that from what I've read, the most successful tweets, so on Twitter, it's 2 to 3 hashtags is what they consider kind of the butter zone or the optimal number of hashtags. But the interesting thing is Instagram, because you're not limited in your characters, it's actually about 11 hashtags are the most successful posts. And so like that's something that I know for myself. I'm not posting 11 hashtags on most of my photos. And at the end of the day, you're not getting as much exposure because I think unless you already have a giant following, the only way you're going to grow your following is truly through hashtags.
And it's funny. I don't have a system for that. Like let's say, I don't know, anything, any product, your phone or this pen. You take a photo of it. Hashtag pen. Hashtag writing. Hashtag thinking of creating new ideas. Hashtag 2017. But whatever. And then I kind of hit a wall. I'm like, okay, good enough. Post. So.
Well, yeah.
But like I don't know. Should there be more of a system of?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and so that's something that I struggle with too because.
I got text quick. But.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something that I struggle with too. Is on the hashtag front, do I want to go wide or deep on my hashtags? Because like there's a lot of different ways that I could get exposure, right? I could be focusing on YouTube and content creation like these videos, or I could be focusing on real estate and real estate terms. And I'm not sure what's best. I'm curious, do you really follow how popular, if you're hitting the top 9? Because like I've been purposely focusing on what I'm going to call less popular hashtags, like hashtags that maybe only have 20,000 posts total with that hashtag versus going after those ones that have hundreds or millions.
You get buried right away, right?
That's my fear, yeah.
Even if it's a nice car and you hashtag nice car, it's gone in Instagram in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
With those, often what I find is that I've used a couple hashtags that are very niche that I didn't realize. So like, I'll be posting about London, Ontario, so I'll be using London, Ontario as hashtag, but then I'll also be in the Old East Village, so I'll do the OEV hashtag. And all of a sudden, like, I'll notice, like, oh shit, like, because I got those 10 likes really quick, all of a sudden I'm sitting on top of the OEV, and it becomes kind of this self-fulfilling cycle, right? Where I feel like now everyone that's looking at OEV is hitting me up because they're seeing this. Whereas, had I focused on, like, real estate and real generic terms, I think, yeah, I would have got buried.
It would have been buried, and I think it's great you post OEV, but then if you're posting about, well, I guess if it's some of your construction, like you're doing renos, or if it's just a really cool shot of the street sign or where it says Old East Village or something, I think you will get more likes on that. So I think very specific hashtags, will work. But maybe we need to focus more on a branding of our own hashtags.
Yeah.
Throwing it in almost every time. Like what if I just do hashtag Jeff Wybo? Like nobody's overly searching that today, but maybe that could 2 years from now that happens. I don't know. And then are there posts that I haven't done it on? Well, a lot of them, right? So.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's really interesting. I've purposely been trying to do a lot of our London on Fire stuff now. So whenever I'm doing anything financial independence oriented, if there's a post like that, I'm doing London on Fire because, yeah, I think there is potential to essentially create and grow your own, something like Jeff Wybo is always going to be very niche and specific to yourself, but like something like London on Fire is something that can catch on.
And we, so like other cities have, their airport code, like YYZ.
Right, yeah.
But like for some reason, London, Ontario, we're not doing that as much.
Actually, what is there? Should we be doing that?
We should, but I followed it, and not too many people are following it. They're all doing LDNONT.
Yeah. So what would ours be for our?
YXC.
Why? We'll have to look that up because I'm gonna start using that.
Right, but like Calgary's huge on it. Toronto's huge on it.
Yeah, Calgary is really
they
huge
love
on
it. They talk about that like the OEV, but they talk about themselves as their airport code, and we don't talk about ourselves as our airport code. And maybe it will catch on. Well, nobody could do London because that'll link us to England, and then London, Ontario just seems too much for people. And but why people are doing a lot of LDNONT is because if it goes to Twitter, I think it gets retweeted.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
By the city, and supposedly people are looking on there. But okay, one of the other things we're talking about how to up our followers.
Yeah.
Now great. I want more followers, but is every single person like if I want a London, Ontario buyer of real estate, are they posting, here's my puppy, London, Ontario? Probably not, right? And then how do I connect with them? So it's challenging. Like, how do I find? We have a real estate investor buddy Kelvin. He's got quite the following out there. These are strategic ways you could do to increase following.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you check out one of Matt's posts, and obviously he's posting about financial stuff, and you see the 20 people that liked it. You could follow their stuff back. Eventually, you could purge them if they're kind of useless to your account. But it might be we need eyes on is what you need. And I'm seeing it. Like I have at this date 500 something followers, and that's nothing really. But because there are University of Western Ontario girls that are 20 that have like 5,000, and and we're working every day, and I have 530 followers, right? So
which is still almost 10x mine at 67 right now. So.
But then, are they even good followers?
Well, and I think that's huge, right? Because like, especially for someone like yourself, a real estate agent, like having that London, Ontario home buyer following you versus 10 real estate agents in California, right? It's night and day.
I think I was maybe naive at first, and I was thinking about this today. Like, maybe I don't want to follow all the London, Ontario real estate agents because at the end of the day, we are competing against each other, right? But maybe the out-of-town ones, the Toronto guys, I should be following them more because I feel like their clients will be coming more towards me than potentially any of my London people that are like, hey, I'm about to move to Toronto buy $1 million property. Can you help me out? There's all of this that you could be doing, and not just real estate agent. Like any of your businesses, get on it. You see every restaurant has one right now, and you see the ones that don't, or they have a very poor account. And sooner or later, that is the new yellow pages of of what people are going to research to get.
Yeah.
Like I saw the bungalow posted about the hamburger, and I'm like, that's just down the road, right? So. Thankfully, I'm dieting properly, but that's the touch. Like they're just like, hey, we're out here. Hey, we're a restaurant. We're out here. Like these mom and pop restaurants, they need a person to grind this and like show the customers having fun. And do you want to be on our Instagram account? Yes, or whatever, Snapchat, and you're gonna get all the millennials in the door.
Well, and the important thing is too, it also. If you're out there being proactive, it's allowing you to control the story a bit more too, right? So when someone does search your name, your hashtag, your whatever.
We got into this. Every post is very strategic. To the point where if we were drinking late, I wake up and I say, oh God, what did I post?
Rewind back to August of 2016. I didn't have an Instagram account. I didn't have a active Facebook account or a Twitter account. Well, first of all, the biggest goal for social media for me is, I think, self-branding, similar to what you're talking about. But then secondly, using it as a giant funnel to bring people towards my YouTube channel, which eventually could be a giant funnel to bring people towards investing with me. So with all that context being said, I think the first goal I'm going to be focusing on is creating 4 Facebook videos. So just those autoplay videos, those autoplay videos that are just in your feed constantly, that have the nice subtitles and just are usually between 30 seconds and 3 minutes.
When you talked about with the subtitles, and you had told me this before, and I see it, when you're going through the social media, and you're going to have to sit down and teach me this a bit more, those videos, I could be talking about the greatest investment ever, but people are just flipping through things.
Yeah.
And if it's not saying the greatest investment ever in a subtitle, people, because the way social media works, they have to click it to listen to it. So you see all the big companies now, their movie trailers or stuff like that, they're all subtitled now.
Yeah.
Because nobody's necessarily clicking it because we're in such a scrolling society.
Yeah.
We will literally watch an action trailer probably reading the subtitles rather than clicking it and listening to it, because that is one extra step. And we were talking a bit about some of my stuff. If I send an attachment, technically there's a good portion of people that won't open it, right?
Yeah, just because that's literally one more
extra step. It's like I don't like putting a DVD into the DVD player anymore. I would rather have it on the TV.
You just want to make it as easy as possible for people to consume your content, right?
Yeah. Well, that'd be great if I had goals, but I get hampered on from my brokerage to do all the cookie cutter real estate things of like setting your goals all the time, and this is what's going to hold you accountable. And you saw me operate in 2016. Did I have goals? Yeah, it was called the power of broke. It was called get out there and hustle every single day and get that return on investment, get that dollar. So do I have a specific goal of posting every single day? No, but for some reason I have a mentality of like if I'm doing nothing, there's something I could be doing, or I can quickly do a post or like something or make a comment on social media. So I think you'll see me in the stories, hopefully religiously every single day, but if not, at least within the 36-hour period. I can't wait for my next vacation because it's just gonna be you're gonna go on the vacation with me, right?
On all my Instagram posts, I'm really going to make sure that I'm always bare minimum having 6 hashtags, but I'm really going to try and aim for those 11, which is supposed to be that sweet spot based on a little bit of the research I've done. Commenting more. So I think engaging with the people that are both engaging with your content, but other people that potentially would be interested in your content, right?
Yeah, so I think, and I'm really looking for the people I should be commenting on, I guess selfishly or strategically. Obviously, if they're into investing, it's pretty good to comment on anything of theirs, because then they're going to get eyes back on your page.
Yeah.
And potentially, the goal, follow you back, right?
So in addition to like engaging with people that either are engaging with our content or people that potentially would be interested in our content, I think there's also a lot of value in trying to essentially find someone that's just maybe a couple steps above you. I guess, so I have like 67 followers or 120 YouTube subscribers right now, so no one would consider me a big fish in any pond. That being said, someone that maybe has 500 Instagram followers or 500 YouTube subscribers, for me to reach out to Gary Vee and expect that he's going to engage, well, he's probably the one exception to that, actually. It's unrealistic for me to expect to reach out to Grant Cardone or Ty Lopez and expect to be able to really grab their attention without a ton of investment up front. Whereas I think there's much smaller content producers I can focus on. So in the past, I've already done this with Matt Bichet, where I kind of reached out to him. You know, his channel was kind of twice the size of mine, but it still put us in the same ballpark. We're still playing the same sport. So I think one of the next big things is, I know Stefan Arnio, who's a major real estate investor in Canada and becoming, I think, probably one of the rising gurus in Canada for real estate investing, is going to be coming to London to do a talk in the next month, next 2 months. Oh, is it 2 months? Okay. And so I plan to start really pivoting some of my social media attention towards just engaging specifically with him, his content, and his followers, just so that I can be on his radar, so that before he even comes to our city, I'm hoping he kind of knows who I am, knows what I'm about, so that I can essentially skip that first awkward introduction point where I'm like, hey, like I'm essentially trying to do the exact same thing as you.
And I think now with the social media, people are going to feel like they know you before they know you.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to connect with some, like for me, a top real estate agent in Toronto, and like I'm following them, and like they're going to feel like they know me before I even like met them one time.
Yeah.
Or same with the investors. Like, how many times do we do the meetups, and they're easy?
Yeah.
Guys come out because they've been following us, or they just...
Oh, and it's really satisfying to have someone come up and say, like, you know, like, oh, I've watched your YouTube channel, like, I feel like I kind of already know you. And, like, the awesome thing is that, like, first of all, love that ego stroke, but in addition to that, like, it cuts through so much of the bullshit. So like you don't end up talking about like, oh, what's your day job? You know, how many brothers and sisters do you have? What's your family? Where'd you grow up? You're like, no, you hit the ground run. You start talking about real estate investing or what your side hustle is or whatever your actual passion is. What's actually truly important to you, not just the generic like conversation check boxes that you usually have to go through when you first meet someone.
Well, yeah, I need a goal. It's gonna stay 400 subscribers ahead of Matt at all times.
All right, interesting. Instagram's probably the social media that we're both the most focused on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as of January 4th, I'm at about 67 followers. Jeff, January 4th.
Are you getting more while we're sitting here? No, I think I'm at 530.
All right, so 530.
But just to be fair, I'm trying a strategy this month of following a lot of people that, again, like if you would never follow these people back in July.
Yeah.
But now we're trying to get ourselves out there more. It's a strategy of potentially following a lot of people. They get eyes back on your stuff. Maybe they start following you. Maybe you can eventually purge it, because there's gonna be I can't have 1 million following 1 million and only 500.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with that ratio, right? So
yeah.
You need to get that sweet spot of the ratio. Obviously, you'd like maybe 1,000, 2,000 of your following and some 10,000 celebrity status of everybody else, right? Which is very interesting. I always look at who other people are following. Yeah. So.
All right. Cool.
All right.
So I think that probably covers it for this video. Let us know in the comment section, is there specific strategies or tactics you'd like us to delve into? Yeah, what are you guys doing? What should we be doing better? I'll only speak for myself, but I'd love it if you guys would audit my social media presence, and feel free to rip me a new one in the comment section about how I'm engaging on Instagram, or I barely am on Twitter. It's really just Instagram at this point for me. Yeah, and that's actually interesting, because that's completely my perspective too, that like, if you were to even use the same hashtag on Twitter or Instagram, I would actually think that it's possible to engage with people and have people come because of your Instagram post, but like, it honestly seems unlikely to me that someone would come to an open house because of Twitter. And like that, I don't have statistics or information to back this up. It's just gut feeling.
I think you said it just feels impersonal. It just nobody. For some reason, Instagram is creating a very welcoming environment.
Yeah.
And we just talked about it. You feel like you know the person, so it's a lot easier to come see any of your products in your businesses, or come hang out with real estate investors, or come see a real estate agent, because you've been following us and you kind of know us pretty better.
Yeah. So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's at FIEH_Matt. That was probably a branding mistake, but we'll just accept it. That's what I'm going with right now. Maybe I'll pivot and change it later.
At Jeff Wybo, JEFFWYBO. Find me there. On most of my other social medias, it's just at Jeff Wybo. On Facebook, it's at Jeff Wybo Real Estate, just to keep the personal a bit away from the business, even though I'm really combining them now. Upcoming, if you're interested in real estate investing, we are co-hosting a investment limo property tour, our fourth one.
Nice, we got that.
And they're going smoother and smoother, and the demand is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, to me, it's just...
You know what we should do? We should reach out to London Free Press about it.
Actually, okay, so I considered whether we should do, like, a competition or something, give away a ticket, because I feel like that's how you get free publicity,
I like
right?
it. All right, let's put me on the spot.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Matt can go for free. No,
But yeah, how should we do it? Like, what
maybe,
should be on
maybe
Instagram?
Yeah. For
Instagram.
some kind of followers.
Like, because everyone can do those reposts, right, on Instagram. If you repost this, then, like, and whatever it'll be.
For a draw, for winning your seat for free.
Right? Yeah. Do something like that, and like, we'll hashtag London, Ontario, London on Fire.
Yeah.
Hashtag 519. We'll use at least 11 hashtags.
Yeah, 11, not 12, not 10. So.
Sweet spot.
All
right, thanks guys for taking the time to watch. Until next time, remember, I don't even know if I need to do that on this one, but until next time, remember, social media is more important than you probably think.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.